Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a driving tour in Chiang Mai, simply because, well, I've got something I need to do today and I thought, why not? So I am actually going to the Woorot Market. If you don't know where that is, stay tuned. I will show you exactly where and what it is. It's also right there where they call Chinatown. It's in near downtown Chiang Mai, but we're going to follow the directions here on the phone here using Google Maps, and we're trying to find a store that I have never been to before, so this could be quite interesting once we get there. So as you can see, the weather is really good today, partly cloudy, well, mostly cloudy, but it's really nice looking. And look, the mountains, you can see them real clear. It's not the smoky season, so everything is beautiful. Now, it has been raining, just about every day in some parts of Chiang Mai. So this is definitely the rainy time of year. And you get rain about, once a day. It usually doesn't last very long. Then it goes away, and then it looks really nice, like today. So a little bit of an overcast, which is really nice because the sun's not beating down directly on me. All right, we're gonna make a right here. It's funny because these lights always go in the same order, so you kind of know when you're gonna go next, because only one lane can go at a time. I know when this lane goes over here, then I will be the next one. After a while, you get to memorize all of the lights, and you know ahead of time. See, like they're going now. That means we're gonna be next. By the way, something to tell you guys that I noticed. I was in Old City, I think it was 2 days ago, and I saw something, and I saw it in the news first. There's something going on in Chiang Mai. You'll need to fact check me on a couple of things I'm about to say, because I'm pretty sure I read it this way, but I can't remember. So that is, they have these new blue motorcycle scooter type things. They're electric. They're not, gasoline powered, and it works kind of like you were using, and I hate to use the word scooter again, but those little two-wheeled scooters that you hold on with a handlebar but you stand up. Well, you probably saw rental ones of those anywhere in the US or anywhere else. They're all over the world now. Well, in Chiang Mai, they have these motorcycle scooters, and you basically go follow directions, download the app, pay, and you can use the scooters. Now, here's the part where I don't remember exactly how this works. I believe that you do not need a Thai driver's license for it. I know they don't go very fast, but you don't need a driver's license for it. And I'm not even sure if you need a helmet, but it comes with a helmet. So if you just do rent one of those, and it's one of those things where if you see them on the side, in a rental plate, you go over there, swipe, and you just take it. There's no one you have to deal with. So that's quite interesting. Now, the reason it was in the news is because there was a lot of people complaining that were in the rental business, of course, because now they got new competition, and there were some other things where people were saying that we shouldn't have them, but whatever. It looks like they lost because they are out and about now. So interesting. So what would be the advantage of taking one of those electric motorcycles? Well, for one, it's less intimidating. If you're not a motorcycle rider, there's no big engine. It's very quiet, battery powered, and it's really small, low to the ground. I mean, it really is kind of like a kid's toy, but that way you don't have to walk around everywhere in Old City, and you could take that and pretty much see everything very easily and park it and forget it. And you hopefully wouldn't have any harassment from any of the checkpoints by the police if what I say is actually true about the no license and the helmet. So anyway, we are now heading straight north. This is Hangdong Road, and we're heading north, going straight towards the center of Chiang Mai. But I think we're going to be turning way before we get there, and we're going to be taking the highway. So I will show you what that is. This is the intersection. It's called the Night Safari Road. It's going that way. So that's the Night Safari Road. And the Night Safari is like a zoo. It's a really nice one. If you're here and you want to go to a zoo for whatever reason, I would definitely say going to the night safari is a cool place to go. I've been there 2 or 3 times, I think 3 times. And it's the same show over and over again, and there's different things to see, but it's cool. You at least got to go there once. Now let's talk about driving a little bit. So when you drive a motorcycle, a lot of times it's just common knowledge here in Thailand that you stay over to the left. You don't have to. And as you can see, a lot of times in this far left lane, they use it to park in. It's hardly a lane because you can never stay in it long enough to really use it. But anyway, you'll notice that most motorcycles will be over here in the left. Now, we are in Thailand, therefore, it is opposite of the United States. So you drive on the left, not on the right, as you can see right now. So that is something you will have to get used to if you plan on coming here and driving. Won't take you very long to get used to it. You really have to focus, though, for your first 2 or 3 weeks of driving. You can't daydream, can't screw around, you can't look around. You really need to focus because there's, other than driving on the other side of the road, unless you're from England or something, you've also got to contend with motorcycles buzzing around like little mosquitoes everywhere you go. And yes, we motorcycles tend to get in places around cars that, like say in the US, you would never expect to even look in your rearview mirror for someone to be in some of the areas that the motorcycles are in. So just one of those things. I'm sure we'll see examples of this everywhere we go on this trip. So there's Macro, M-A-K-R-O. Macro is a place where you buy things in bulk. So if you want, like, let's say food and you want to buy it in bulk, you got a big family or a big event that you're working on, let's say with a lot of people, you can go there and buy things in bulk. So I've only been in there maybe twice in 3 years because it's only Kindle and I, and there's no really need for us to go buy things in bulk. All right, so for motorcycles, we all get to go to the front because we're special and then sit here. Well, I just screwed up. I'm supposed to turn right and I didn't. So guess what? I'm going to show you how you unscrew yourself up and what a pain in the butt it is. There's no way I can get over in that other lane. So now I got to go down and wait for a U-turn and come back the other way because I'm too busy talking to you and not paying attention, but at least we could see another good view of the mountains. So what I'm looking for now is going to be a sign that has a U-turn. Now here's something to talk about. So the U-turns here, at least in Chiang Mai, are in the fast lane. So the passing lane, I'll get in it now, is this lane. So this is the lane you would be in to pass everyone. And this is also the lane you would be in to turn around. And when you merge on the other side, you're automatically in the fast lane as soon as you merge into it, which isn't the greatest scenario. Now you see this yellow sign? It's got the U-turn on it. So I know it is coming up here soon, and we have to go back to that same light I was at. Sometime it's coming up. There it is. All right, so there's the yellow sign for the U-turn. Here's the nice thing about being on a motorcycle. You see all those cars waiting in line? Well, it may seem rude, but it's just the way things are done. So you can get in front of them and just go like this. Yay for me. If I was in a car, I'd still be back there. Again, yes, I know that seems really rude. It's just the way things are done here, and it's not frowned upon at all. By the way, here's a really nice community called Serene Lake. Kind of pricey, but it's supposedly really nice. I have never been up in there, but I pass it all the time. And I know some people from the channel who have actually moved here, live at Serene Lake, and as far as I know, they like it. So must be a good place. If you're looking for something a little bit on the higher end, look that place up. All right, let me follow directions this time. So we have 400 meters to the next something. you'll really, if you're from the US, you'll get used to going in meters versus miles real quick. Okay, I don't think we even get the light because we can go under the intersection, which is really nice. Yep. All right. So right over there is where we should have turned onto this road that I'm on now. Now the typical speed limit here in Chiang Mai on these kind of roads is around 80 kilometers per hour. Right now I'm doing 77, 78. So I'm doing the speed limit more or less. It could be 90. To be quite honest, I never really looked. Home Pro, right there. Home Pro is where you go to get, you guessed it, all your home improvement stuff, whether it be furniture, tools, just treated from the US like a Home Depot. But it's called Home Pro. They got more employees in there than customers every time I go in there. Tons of employees. You won't believe it. PTT station, one of my favorite gas stations here in Thailand. They always have good bathrooms. Remember that. Because if you're going anywhere, look for the PTT. And they usually have a really good bathroom for Thailand. You won't have any problems with that. All right, let me check my directions. 1.4 kilometers, we're going to be turning left. This weather today feels really good. It's not overly hot. And of course, there's all your 7-Elevens everywhere and pharmacies. If you ever want to go to a pharmacy, you do not need to look very far because they're everywhere. You could be in the middle of nowhere in Thailand and you'll at least see a 7-Eleven and a pharmacy. Auto place right there, by rims there. See, next direction, I'm going to be turning left. So anyway, good time to say, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you're thinking about either visiting or moving to Thailand, subscribe. Look around on our videos that we've done. We've got over 300. All of them are different subjects of Thailand or Chiang Mai, either moving or visiting here. Tips, tricks, real estate, tours, you name it. It's all on there. You just got to look around. Somebody just sent me a message the other day. Hey, how about doing a video about bringing your pets to Thailand? Well, we did it. Just go check on our past videos. Put in like pets as a keyword, something like that, and you will find some of the videos we've done on all these topics. All right, so let's see. Our next direction is 2.3 kilometers. So this is a nice road. This is, of course, not a highway. This is where you'll have more local businesses, restaurants, you name it, dance studios, homes, who knows what some of these places are. And of course, you'll never be far from a cafe. There are more cafes than you can shake a stick at here in Chiang Mai, at least. I would assume it's like that all over Thailand because everywhere I've been in Thailand, there's always cafes. Not much traffic right now, which is a little odd. By the way, there's the Asian brooms. You definitely want one of those if you move here. They're fantastic. I don't know why they don't have those sold everywhere and used in the United States. Those Asian brooms are ahead of their time. All right, whatever is going on here, these restaurants, they smell good. Sometimes you can catch a whiff of something bad, usually a sewer system, but today, some good restaurant smells going on. I just ate too, I'm not even hungry. All right, we got 800 kilometers before we need to do something. There's pictures of the royal family, the king and all that. You'll see those all over Thailand, everywhere. And all businesses are required in Thailand to have a picture of the royal family in them, including the church that I go to. We had to put up pictures of the royal family. Something you'll get used to here. And when they start movies, let's say you go to the movie theater, and we stand. You're supposed to stand. They play the music. I don't know if it's the national anthem or it's like a royal anthem, but they'll have the king on the screen and everyone stands up. You'll figure that out real quick. Okay, here's the weird intersection. Okay, usually I have to go right This time it looks like I'm going left. I say weird intersection. There's really no light, no navigation. You don't know who's got the right of way, but it all works out. Okay, we're gonna turn left. There's a rare taxi for Chiang Mai. You don't see very many taxis. 1.8 kilometers, we do our next turn. So, here's a different part of Chiang Mai. I believe we're heading towards, this direction would be towards the Central Airport Plaza Mall. When I told you I wasn't exactly sure the route I was going to be going, I meant it. You're totally following the directions. I have a feeling that when I told you about that intersection back there, that was a little weird. I think I should have gone the way I always go. I think I went the opposite way, and this may be turning me around. We'll find out. There's the Mazda dealership. If you're in for a new car, Mazdas are really good. Beautiful mountains, beautiful day. You'll really appreciate some cloud cover, because if the sun's directly hitting you, oh, it's hot. You wish there was cloud cover. Now, if you're coming here from somewhere where it's dull and depressing and you're just wanting the sun, yeah, of course you're going to enjoy it. It gets hot. I see more foreigners that are here visiting. They got all their skin showing. They're riding around on motorcycles. You can bet they are burnt to a crisp. Yep, we are headed to the airport, Central Airport Plaza Mall, because it's right in front of me, which means I did take a wrong turn back there. Yay. So we're going to take the long route today. I'll show you the mall, though. This is my favorite mall, not only because it's closest to my house, but it also has everything that I ever need there. Right there. Let's see. I'm going to follow this. Well, now I know exactly where I'm at. This is the way I go to Old City when I take you guys there. Not doing too good on following directions and talking at the same time. Goes to show you I can't do more than one thing at a time. By the way, in lots of videos I've told you guys before about when you're walking, let's say in Old City, and you always got to look down. Whoa. Because I'm doing these live streams and I'm walking on these sidewalks. People will bust their butts on the sidewalks in Old City. There are more trip hazards than you can shake a stick at. Again, they're everywhere. So if you're walking around in Old City, you always, unfortunately, need to be looking down. And where some of these may not look like big trip hazards, believe me, it doesn't take much to trip you up when you don't see it. All right. So looks like we're going to go to the top of Old City, downtown Chiang Mai, and turn right. Because there's the moat and there's Old City right there, just on the other side of this moat. And that water is full because of all the rain. Usually it's about, I'd say 4 feet less of water in there than there is right now. And it'll stay that way until probably the end of November. So it's just half the year it's low and the other half it's high because we're getting rain again and it fills up. And they're still doing construction all over here. There's a lot less of it, thank goodness, but it's still here. Oof, big holes. Now, if I wasn't doing a live stream trying to follow directions, not a live stream, but a video, and trying to drive, I'd be probably going a little bit more aggressive than I am right now. I'm one of those people that always feel like they got to be going forward and never getting past. So yeah, these are all moves I wouldn't have done when I first got here in Thailand. I'd have been driving way more conservatively, but then you start figuring out the flow and how things work. And then things start making sense when you're driving here. Watching videos like this is very helpful. It gets your mind oriented to being on the other side of the road. I know before we drove anywhere, when we first arrived, we were taking Grab, which is like Uber. And when the drivers would drive, I would make sure and just pay attention like I was driving, just to get my mind used to, okay, when you turn, since we're on the left-hand side, you go this way, you can turn left at a red light and not right at a red light like you can in the US. Just get your brain used to seeing some of these new things. And there's the moat. Again, there's a good shot of that. On the other side is Old City, in case this is your first time hearing about it. One of the best hospitals right there, Chiang Mai Ram Hospital. It looks like it's Ram, but it's actually Ram. Notice that a lot of people have things attached to their motorcycle. You know, they're trying to get things around, and it looks a little sketch. Somehow, everything always stays on. They're really good about securing things. Now, I have seen things fall out, but very rarely for the amount of people that have things strapped to their motorcycle. So we are now on the very top of Old City. If you're looking at the square, we're at the top going from west to east. Okay, it's time to start. Oops, hello. I was gonna say get in this other lane. KFCs, you will find KFCs a lot of places here. Which, when I lived in the US, I don't think the wife and I barely ever ate at Kentucky Fried Chicken. Here, we do. Little taste of home. They have good chicken here, though. You don't have to go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's one place, it's like a food vendor, and it's called KFG, which is Kentucky Fried Guy. Guy means chicken. So it's kind of a play on words. I mean, guy is chicken in Thai, so it's KFG, which I thought was kind of funny the first time I saw it. Okay, directions. Let's check on that. 900 meters to the right. I know we're within, it says we're within 7 minutes. Now, this is the area that has a lot of checkpoints all around Old City, either inside or outside, like we are right now, is where the police love to have checkpoints looking for people riding without helmets or without a motorcycle license. And I used to say they didn't cherry pick just the foreigners, but then I camped out at one, you may have seen the video, and sure enough, they were letting Thais go by even without helmets, but if they were a foreigner, even with a helmet on, they were pulling them over. So I can't say that anymore. They do cherry pick. The tuk-tuks, like you're seeing right in front of me, pretty much only see them here in the downtown area. Where I live in Hangdong, you barely ever see them. Right, so we turn right here. We're going to go in the front of the line because we can. We hit that green. Okay, now we're going south on the other side of the of Old City, and we would pass the Top Hat Gate if I kept going straight, but we're going to turn before we get that far. This is, of course, where all the action is. 300 meters, we turn left. There's a lot of restaurants here that I've never eaten at, mostly because the prices are jacked up because they're geared towards all of the visitors here. So Kendall and I tend to stay out of this area unless we're doing a video or meeting a friend that's visiting, which we do have a friend here now visiting. Okay, come on, man. Come on. Sometimes you got to talk people through it. All right, we're gonna go by this guy. There we go. They were going a little too slow. All right, we're gonna make a left coming up here. I saw the name of this road. I never knew what it was. It says Chiang Mai Road, so there you go. All right, so we got 800 meters. Okay, now we are definitely heading to the Chinatown area. So don't miss all these back roads around the outside of Old City. They're full of shops, full of cool stuff. Prices are going to be a little bit lower because they don't get the foot traffic that downtown does. And there's 7-Eleven. I think I'm on the road where I bought my motorcycle. Well, if we pass it, I'll let you know. Samurai Kitchen. Yep. Yeah, where I bought my motorcycle is just right up here. To the right, an inconspicuous place called the Cub House. And they have the specialty Hondas there, like the one I have. So there it is, right there. And there's my model in the window, the CT 125. I love this motorcycle. A lot of people snub it because it's only a 125. But I've done the Mahong Son loop on it, and it worked out just fine. It's just not good for two people going up a mountain. Forget it. Unless you're two tiny little Thai people, you should be okay. All right, now I need to find parking. So I'm going to get this done, and I'm going to get back with you for the second part of what I need to get done today. All right, I got what I needed there. I'll show you a little bit around the outside of Chinatown. So you're going to see lots of song taos, these red trucks, white trucks, yellow trucks, all go into different places. This is where they sell lots of flowers, lots of them. I'm sure a lot of them have to do with selling them to Buddhists to go to some of the temples. So this is a area of town that is always bustling with Thais. Really not too many tourists on this outside area. And we are heading to my next stop, which is about 7 minutes away from here. So we're going to make a left in 200 meters, which I see where that's at already. Anyway, I had to fight my way through the maze inside there in Chinatown, but I ended up finding the store that I was looking for that I've never been to, and was able to buy everything I needed to. So mission accomplished. Now we're getting to areas that I rarely go to here in Chiang Mai for no particular reason. Just really don't have the need to be in this area. So let's see what we can find on our way to the next stop. So here's a bridge over the Ping River. There you go. It's never clear. It's always muddy looking, unfortunately. Would be nice if it was clear. Well, since we are at a standstill, this motorcycle to the left is called a Honda PCX. I used to own a burgundy one of those, brand new, when we first got here. The one on the right is called a Wave, and that is like the backbone motorcycle of Thailand. You do have to shift it, therefore it's not a widely used, I should say, motorcycle for tourists, because nobody wants to shift. Everybody wants automatic. The one in front of us, the white PCX, that is an automatic. All right, looks like we got 4.8 kilometers on this road, so we're gonna be on this straightaway for a while, which is good because that means I don't have to follow directions, so yay. So anyway, let me always thank you guys for watching the channel and supporting us. We really do appreciate it. Okay, passing the Song Taos. By the way, Song Tao means 2 rows because there's 2 rows in the back of the truck. Some of you may be looking at the different car types here. Nissan March is what we have. Mercedes, Toyota Yaris, Toyota Prius ahead of that one, that white one. A lot of these are cars you'll find everywhere here in Thailand. Those are all fairly good names. All right, so I'm going to say it again. If you've made it this far, put down in the comments, I made it, because I'm impressed that you stayed on and watched this long. Most people will not, so even if you're watching this 3 years from now and say, I made it, I will still put a heart on that thing because I'll be impressed. Again, we get to go to the front because we can. That's one thing I like about motorcycles. I do not like driving a car in Chiang Mai. It's slow. You get bogged down in traffic, and I'm kind of like an antsy go, 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 go type person. So it makes me a little bit insane having to wait so long. So with the motorcycles, you know, at every red light, I can go all the way up front, and I know I'm going to be able to go on the next red light. By the way, just because you all stuck around this long, I'm going to let you in on something stupid that I did, and I'm still doing right now. So get this, I get off my motorcycle to go do what I needed to do there in Chinatown, and I went to put my wallet and my keys in my pocket, in my pants. And don't ask me how I did this, but my pants are on backward. So obviously I couldn't use the pockets because it would be really obvious then. So yeah, my pants are on backward. It takes special skill. Now, granted, I'm not losing it. It wasn't a pair of jeans where you zip them up and button them. It was an elastic band, but come on. Who puts their pants on backward and goes and leaves? I've done shirts before, inside out and backward without a collar on, but not pants. So, hey, getting old is fun. All right, see, now we get to pass all this. Yay. Ooh, until that happens. Looks like some tour group going to see the elephants. Let's see how we navigate. What is this car waiting on? Oh, there was a truck. Didn't see it. Looks like we could be getting a storm here soon. See how these cars just pull right out in front of you? That's just normal. At first, I kind of got like, hey, what's your problem? Thinking, in my head. After a while, you'll get so used to people pulling out in front of you, cutting you off, that you no longer care anymore. You'll be totally numb to it, which is kind of nice. All right, so we have 2.7 kilometers, and we're at one of those intersections where only one section can go at a time. Main highway coming this way. I know if we go straight, we end up at a place, well, it's still a ways up, but you would be heading towards Mae Rim. I think. I don't know, maybe I'm turned around. All right, we're finally off again. You'll sit there and sweat to death at one of the lights, but then as soon as you start going again, that wind hits you, it feels so much better. All right, we're gonna kick this up a notch. This Toyota's getting on my nerves. I gotta look for the right time to get around them. And here we go. So like I said, you got this left-hand lane for a little while, and then somebody will always be parked right there, and you got to get back over. You also have to watch out for animals or people just shooting out from the left-hand side. So the left can be fairly treacherous if you don't keep your eyes out on everything going on. Well, one moment it's sunny, and the next moment it looks like it's gonna rain. All right, we have 1.7 kilometers left. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the driving tours. I know we did one before and a lot of people seem to like it, so I thought we would do another one. If there's enough people that watch it and say they like them or whatever, we'll do some more. If not, I'll move on and try other types of videos to see if you guys do like them or not. Yep, they're gonna pull right out in front of me, of course. Again, not a big deal. We'll get used to that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna figure out where I need to turn. And if you feel so inclined, buy us a coffee, help support the channel, and we sure do appreciate it. There's a link in the description. And if you are moving to Thailand, we have our step-by-step guide. You can find that in the Buy Me a Coffee link, and then you click on Extras, and you will find it there. But thank you for watching, and until next time, Kap Kun Kap.